Hello, I'm Richard Hooper and this is Sat TV Week. Now I'm pleased to be joined by Dr Rajeev Gopal of Hughes. Rajeev, thank you for joining me again.
Thank you, Richard. Yeah, great to be here.
Now, we spoke 12 months ago.
That's right.
Same event, Global MilSatCom. Tell me a little bit more about what's happening with Hughes at the moment, the developments and challenges you're seeing in the market.
Sure. No, these are exciting times for us. So Hughes, you know that we are now formally part of EchoStar, have been, and EchoStar and Dish merged. So now we emerged as an entity with a strong position with respect to 5G, MNO operations in US, and of course satellite communications, which Hughes has been doing. So this creates truly a unique entity with focus on two key technologies. And especially from government perspective, Department of Defense perspective, we need both local coverage and also wide area coverage. And we can provide that very effectively to these customers.
Now, for years, everybody's been talking about convergence of terrestrial and satellite. Are we closer now than ever?
We absolutely are. And there are three factors. So the very first one is the standards. If you look at what has happened with respect to cellular phones, this is the 3GPP standard. And they have done very well systematically, taking us from the analog days to 2G, 3G, 4G, and now 5G. So 5G has a component called NTN, non-terrestrial networks, and that brings satellite into this umbrella. So all the goodness we have with respect to interoperability, flexibility, lower costs, capabilities, all that becomes applicable with respect to satellites. So that's the first factor. Second factor is that now government, multinationals, they have become very aware of this concept and they are asking for it. So you would notice there are a lot of RFIs from government and they are requesting information. What are the plans for these commercial companies? So we have interest on the demand side also from large customers. And the third factor is that there are multiple companies which are interested. So some of these are startups, some of these are mature companies like EchoStar, who have very strong spectrum portfolio to support this NTN. So I think this combination of three factors, I think we would have these kinds of capabilities becoming more and more available for everyone, not just government and defense, but also for consumers, for people who go to remote parts of the world, adventure, or just helping communities worldwide. So all that becomes possible with this direct-to-device capability.
Now, when we spoke 12 months ago, we talked about disruption in the market.
Yes.
It doesn't seem to have abated. Disruption seems to be increasing. Is that correct?
No, you absolutely see. Space is an area which we thought that had seen its best days when in the 60s we were going to the moon and so on. And then, of course, a lot of good things happened, but it was not mainstream. People didn't talk about it. Everyone was using a cell phone, which had GPS, and we were ordering taxis and so on. But no one really knew that everything is coming from space. But last 6-7 years, space has become mainstream. A lot of young people have started joining space because there's so much activity with respect to launches, new capabilities in low Earth orbit. So Hughes as a company, we have traditionally done geo satellites, but we also built the ground segment for OneWeb, and which is a LEO constellation. So now it's a lot easier for me if I talk to some person and I talk about satellite space, they exactly know what I'm discussing. So that awareness is disruptive, because which means more people are interested, more customers would be willing to listen to you about these new capabilities, technologies, and this disruption has to be driven with respect to both the technology pushing, and those are the technical disruptions, but also the market demanding these kind of services. So I'm personally very bullish with respect to the future where any handheld device would be always connected. It's not just when you are in an urban area or suburban area, any part of the world, and it has immense applications with respect to first response, emergency situations. defense, and also a lot of commercial activities. So yeah, these are truly disruptive times, and in a good way, because ultimately when we have better technology, more people using it, we can keep improving it, the costs go down, and we all know that connectivity, that's probably one of the biggest drivers for economic growth also. So yeah, so this would help everyone. Just like rising tides, they lift all boats, so that's exactly what would be happening more and more with respect to space technologies.
And finally, look into the crystal ball and tell me, on the horizon, what is the biggest challenge we face moving forward?
So the biggest challenge we face is, of course, which no one likes, but that's part of life. I mean, there are a lot of uncertainties also. I mean, we do have wars going on, a couple of places. There are uncertainties with respect to how to best take our resources and leverage them so that everyone benefits. So there again, I would say that those are the challenges. But ultimately, if people are better informed, better educated, and they have better ways to be economically successful, then I think all of us would be living in a better place. So I personally believe, again, very, very strongly that communications, connectivity, that's a great way to improve society, become stronger nations, become stronger economies, to make sure that all of us can benefit and enjoy, which we take for granted in certain parts of the world.
Rajeev, always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank
Same
you.
here. Thank you very much. Thank you.